All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We will start things off with Julian.
Morning, Jeff.
What's up, Julian?
Same old same. I got a handful of questions about Phil, but I'll just ask them together so I don't have to circle back with them. But
Okay.
basically, describe what it's like for Phil, if you can, for you and for Phil. You got a quarterback coming in, trying to learn an offense, whatever else comes with that, not knowing if he's eligible, and then comes out and does what he does in his first game. Also, you saw you saw the potential in him, but was Saturday kind of a tip of the iceberg? How much more did you see, or how much more can he? How high is the ceiling? And just what you see there.
Yeah, well, one, I think that everything he went through, it was probably pretty tough for him. We really didn't have a spring ball, so he has not had a lot of experience in the scheme. Really, training camp was when he finally got going into a routine. So I'm sure once he found out he was eligible, it was kind of weight off his shoulders. But it's hard. I mean, really, for us to really get in sync and to get better, it's still going to take time. Whether it's Phil playing quarterback or our offense, there's just not a ton of reps together. I think if you watch the tape closely, Phil would tell you that there's so much room for improvement. I mean, big time room for improvement. Just running the offense, making the right reads, getting the ball out of his hand, hucking it and running, some of the run reads. He made some nice plays, but just like everybody else, if we're going to continue to win games, he's got to play better too.
We'll go next to Rich.
Okay. How hard did you ride him today, Jeff? You said the toughest practices are usually the ones after a convincing win. So I was just wondering how hard your practice was today.
We were hard on him. I was very honest with him this morning. I told him that we have to play better, and I showed him examples of how we have to play better and when we have to play better. And in my opinion, sometimes winning and losing, it is the most important thing. Trust me. At the end of the day, we have to win, and however you win, you win. But when you sit back and you watch the tape and you're really honest with yourself, you got to look at the little things. And sometimes that's more important than the result, the process. So, yeah, we won. And right now it's, everyone feels great. But let's take a hard self-look. Like, I didn't coach well enough, Rich, and I have to coach the team better on game day. There's some stuff that I was very disappointed in myself, some stuff I didn't see well enough on defense because I was wrapped up on other things. And there's some little things I did that I have to coach better. And I showed the players that today. And I showed the players that we need to play better. So I was hard on them. And this isn't coach talk, so we get ready to play another game. This is real. And we're playing a good football team that could very well be undefeated and is very explosive. So I was hard on them, just like I'm going to be win or lose. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to be consistent. And I'm going to tell them the truth, and we're going to come out and work.
We'll go next to Trevor.
Hey, Jeff, just going back to last week a little bit, I'm sure you got tons of reactions, via text, phone, and Twitter and everything. Were there any people that stood out, kind of old coaches or old teammates, anyone who reached out, kind of meaningful conversations you had as a congratulations?
There was a lot, and truthfully, I probably haven't gotten back to all of them yet. But a lot of my family, truthfully, are the people that I reached back out to and spoke with, and some of my closest friends that I've coached with. A lot of ex-players, whether it's been in the NFL or guys I just coached. So I was very appreciative. And if I haven't gotten back to everybody yet, I'll keep chopping away at night, and I will, get back to everybody. I joked with the team, though. I said I got back to the people that wished me good luck the night before the game, and there weren't many of them. There are a lot more people that texted me after the game. So those that wish me good luck, those are the ones that I return the quickest. I joked with the team about that today.
We'll go to Kevin.
Coach, how you doing?
Good, Kevin. How are you, man?
Good, thanks. So you might have just answered it with Rich, but this week Zay and Phil both got recognition for their game, and it was announced that next week you guys will be on either ABC or ESPN. How do you kind of make sure the guys don't start buying the hype too early?
I just show them the film. It's not hard. Turn on the tape. Show them the mistakes that they made. yeah, Zay made some plays, but there's a ton of other plays that he also should have made. And there's some that could have cost us. Same with Phil. Look, I'm happy these guys got the accolades. And I really appreciate every text and every phone call and everything that's positive right now because we won. And that's what we need to do. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't even know who we're playing 2 weeks from now. And I'm not worried about it. Like, we have so much work to do to get better. We didn't have spring ball. We didn't have a full length training camp. We have to get better, and we have to get better fast. And, you know, I showed a tape today and showed them where we need to do that. Not to like cause this big, you know, don't look ahead. I mean, no, we have to play better football.
We'll go to Julian.
Actually, I had two, but I was just curious about this one about Phil too. Like, normally under normal circumstances, kids get together like in the off season, receivers and quarterbacks, they'll work out, they'll go get some extra throws in, get some reps just to get familiar with each other. How does that work when you're quarantined? Did they have those chances, and could they build that chemistry there, or did they have to do it somewhere in an outdoor?
No, they couldn't do anything together. We really didn't even do routes on air until about a month after being here. So, like I said, it will continue to be a work in progress, and hopefully we'll just continue to improve, and that will become better and better and better as they actually play football together.
We'll go to Rich.
Hi, Coach. We saw Danny Longman had 2 field goals inside the 30. I was just wondering, inside 30 yards, rather. Have you found a range for him yet? I mean, is there a place like a safe zone where you can trot him out on the field as opposed to on fourth or punting? You know,
I kind of have a feel for it, Rich, but I kind of like that to show up on game day so no one can kind of, you know where our line is that we're going to try a field goal, or know where the line is that we're going to go for it on 4th down, or where we're going to punt. So when I see you in person, I'll tell you, but I'd rather keep that a secret right now.
Go back to Trevor.
You mentioned there were some areas you thought you personally could have improved upon. I'm just curious, any specifics you want to share, or any plays that that kind of stuck out in your mind?
For me, where I didn't coach very well?
Just the way.
Yeah. You know, me personally, I felt like I rushed us out of the locker room too quickly before the game. I thought we were on the field for too long. I thought we were back in the locker room. You know, I got anxious. I wanted to get out on the field. I wanted to get them back. And, you know, on the field, there were some things I missed. There were some routes I missed that they repeated. And I told the team today, you know, I was kind of wrapped up in my first time being a head coach and trying to manage the game and being over on the offensive headset. And when I got back and I watched the tape, I was disappointed in myself. I missed some things that I would have adjusted quicker. I missed some things that I would have corrected better. So I need to do a better job of coaching. That's the number one job I have to do on game day. And that's just an example.
Go to Dan.
But you mentioned Texas State. They're coming in. They could easily be an undefeated team, but you know they're coming in at 1-2. Their offense can score. How is that a little bit different than what you might have seen out of Duke? Do they run a similar style? Are they fast? Just what are you seeing out of them that might pose a different challenge this week?
Well, they average about 37 points a game. They score very fast. They have receivers that are extremely quick. They got a couple guys that can go up and get the deep ball. They take a ton of shots. They have 2 quarterbacks. One is extremely elusive and can make plays with his feet. The other one's a good enough runner. Both of them throw the ball down the field. They have solid running backs that can hit it. They're an explosive group. So they can score fast, and they're going to try to score fast. That's probably the biggest difference. You're going to see more shots down the field. You're going to see more of them trying to hit explosives. And I mean that. If you really watch closely, they could have won that first game, and then they lost in overtime, and then they won. Their staff does a nice job. I know the head coach was at West Virginia, and he scored a lot of points there. And now I know he's calling the shots again on offense, and shoot 37 points a game is a lot of points. So I have a ton of respect for them. And our guys need to understand that, you know, this is going to be a very tough opponent.
We'll go to Julian.
I was just curious, in Zay's case, right, when you first get the job and you're looking at film, evaluating your guys and seeing what you got, what jumped out at you on the tape about Zay's skill set and kind of ways you can kind of maximize what he brings?
Well, it wasn't really until I saw him in person move around, do one-on-ones, accelerate, get in and out of breaks, catch the football, block. You know, I saw a glimpse of it on tape, Julian, but I really didn't know who he was. Probably as we got going in training camp, I really saw it start to come out. But I'm usually better at seeing it live before I just make a quick judgment off of tape.
And then when you see those things, are you like, oh man, we got a weapon here. We can figure out some things we can do.
Yeah, I certainly said we got a chance. I mean, this kid's got a great skill set. And now let's see if he can understand the offense and show up on game day, which he did. And like I said, I do believe if you look at him too, he has not played a lot of football. So I'm hoping he continues to improve.
Go to Rich.
Did Kobe practice today?
No, Kobe did not. Kobe will be out with an injury. And I'm unsure if he'll return for the season, truthfully, Rich, at this point.
Okay. And was DeBerry dinged up pretty bad, or was he okay?
He's okay. DeBerry's okay. Tough kid, Rich. I mean, you saw he bounced back up, got straight up. I think he got stitches in his lip and kind of looked at me and said, I'm ready. Ton of respect for how he played and handled the game.
We'll take two more. First with Julian.
Just following up about Kobe, anything further you can tell us about the injury or what the situation might be, or is that as much as you can say?
That's as much as I can say now, and I'm just saying that to be honest with you. I'll get into the specifics later on in the week. Okay.
And then actually, I had one about Jalen at receiver. Obviously, he has some running back potential too, but kind of how do you see him progress so quickly, and then sort of how do you want to use him as a receiver? Obviously, is where he's at right now, but can you see him being used in multiple ways?
Yeah, I think eventually you'll see him be used in a lot of ways, Julian. I just think with the limited practice time and the limited reps that he's had, he needs to master one thing before we can really move him on. I don't want to put him here and there and just have his mind kind of explode and be unsure of what he's doing. So we're just trying to get him going in the groove. You know, I thought he played well. I know the production didn't show it, but he was the one guy we thought played well. And, you know, he would have had that one touchdown if we didn't have the penalty towards the end of the game there. But we need to get him involved more.
And we'll wrap things up with Dan.
Coach, when you have different guys that play in against different teams or coming out of this first game, is it more about to find the next level, to enhance what they're doing, what they did in the last game or what they've been doing, or do you try to throw in different layers to, you know, diversify what they might be doing for you in your sets?
Well, I think if you saw, Dan, we played a lot of players. You know, and I want to play, and I'm speaking more defensively than offensively. We rolled a lot of players in the game, and that's kind of why I joked with you guys on the depth chart when I kept putting or. Well, except for the quarterback position, all those guys played. I want to give guys roles if they deserve to play. I think it builds a lot of chemistry for your team. I think it develops a lot of players. And, you know, again, where we are right now, I don't know if any one player is ready to play 70 snaps in a game with the limited training throughout the year so far. I want everybody to feel fresh. I want everybody to stay healthy. And if a guy deserves to play, I want to play him and get him better and find a role for him.
Great. Thank you very much, Jeff. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a great day.